I would like to call upon stage Mr. Bhatia, Vice President, VIA, to briefly address the audience.
Good evening, friends. I welcome you all on this freedom meeting with Mr. Peter from Germany. I welcome you back in VIA. I also welcome Mr. Saket Pujari from Crescendo Worldwide. Welcome, sir. I also welcome Mr. Vishal Yadav from the GIBC, who is the coordinator for this today's program. I also welcome Mr. Nupur Lokhande and Sayali Ingwale from the GIBC, and also welcome Mr. Lonkar from Bhojpuri Industry Association President and all of you. Friends, you know, Germany is one of the top 10 world economy controlling the business in the world, and it is one of the largest nation economy in the Europe and fourth largest by GDP in the world. It is also the third largest exporter in the world, and its export accounts more than 1/3 of the national output. More than 10,000 companies operate in Germany with more than 2 million employees and annual turnover of more than 1050 billion euro. Foreign investors and entrepreneurs see Germany as a prime location in terms of infrastructure, logistics, research and development, as well as design, especially when it comes to the framework and the condition for R&D. Germany scored the highest mark, which underlines the country's high competitive with regard to the future technology. Friends, recently our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has visited the Germany and made a lot of tie-ups with Germany, and we are hopeful that looking to their technical competence in the world, we will be able to take a lot of benefit from the German technology. There are a lot of imports. We are, especially in the sector of automobile, pharma, and medical equipment. German presence is world known, and we are exporting a lot of things to Germany also. Perhaps today's meeting we are going to have a reciprocal arrangement. Perhaps many people may make investment here, or we can make the investment in Germany. Both opportunities are available to both of us. The opportunities are here from. They will guide what atmosphere they can create for us to invest in Germany, and we will also support them to come to Nagpur to invest in here. With this, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatia. Now, I would like to invite on dais Mr. Peter Einschmidt, Director, Hanover Impulse.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for the welcome, Mr. Budis, Mr. Bhatia. Thank you very much for having us here tonight. I am really happy that we are here. My name is Peter Eisenschmidt. I am working for an organization called Innovate Impulse. I'm responsible for the international economic relations of our region, and together with other partners, especially here in India, located in Pune, Crescendo Worldwide, we are running a unique project, a unique platform called German Indian Business Center. We are here today to introduce this GIBC, and especially all the number of very different services and support that is offered by the okay, perfect. That's all. Thank you. Yeah, and how you and your companies can use this network we have set up for further development in the German market. I would like to take some minutes in this presentation to introduce a little bit the home, my home, in Germany, from where the whole idea of the GIBC started out. The federal state of Niedersachsen is, we have the federal states like you have federal states here in India. Niedersachsen in northern Germany is the second largest state in Germany, and I would say it's the most beautiful state, and I would like to explain why. In brief, it is the eldest state somehow. It is a state with a lot of rich history and rich culture and a lot of great companies. The symbol of our state is a horse, the white horse on a red ground. It's a very old symbol. It was already used by ancient tribes in 1,500 years ago, and it's still used by us today. If you have a look onto the major region within the federal state of Niedersachsen, it's the region around Hanover, around Wolfsburg, around Braunschweig. Wolfsburg may be known by you as where the headquarters of Volkswagen is. There we have another symbol, the lion, the original, you see here. And all the cities in that region somehow choose the lion to put it into their symbols. The lion is the symbol of the eldest family in the world, the so-called Gell family. Why am I telling you this? I just want to point out that out of the lower Saxony, a lot of impact to Europe was developed. For example, relatives from the lower Saxons emigrated very long time ago to England and formed the Kingdom of England. By that we had over 100 years that the Kingdom of England, the King of England was also King of Hanover, which was more or less what is today Lower Saxony. That's the reason why we have in the coat of arms of the Queen of England still the white horse. Other people from our region first founded Munich, something the Bavarians do not really like to hear, but it's unfortunately for them the fact. And the lion made a move to the south. So whenever you drink a Bavarian beer or a Löwenbräu beer, always remember the original lion came from our region in Hanover. So the original started everything here, like the GIBC. Yeah, I said it's a very nice, not so much known, but very nice region. We invented the box beer in the city of Einbeck, worldwide known. Also made the way to Munich. The Munich claims it's their beer. Well, okay. But also, let's say, research, science was always a matter. We have close to Hanover a library, which when it was opened 300 years ago, the largest library in the world. So there is still the library that collects the most extensive books in the world, a lot of unique medieval books from all over the world. And out of that, in our region, science played always a major role. This gentleman, Gottfried Müller-Leibniz, he was actually the head of this library I mentioned. He was one of the greatest philosophers we have in the world. He invented the binary system. Without the binary system, no computers, no WhatsApp, no Facebook. So we can either praise him for doing that, or we can blame him for doing that. But anyway, he is the person who started this again. This gentleman, Mr. Gauss, Carl Friedrich Gauss, also from our region, whoever is engineer has suffered by him during his studies in the university, making calculations and statistics using his formulas. I still have forgotten the name, the English name. Gaußsche Normalverteilung. It's in German. I'm also an engineer, but it's not. What's the name of the formula? It's a major formula in statistics. So Gauss was one of the most important mathematicians, and he left a footprint in our region, and also was a major factor that universities developed in a big way. The Grimm brothers, you know them probably from the fairy tales like Snow White and the Straße, things like that, but they also contributed a lot to the German language. Jägermeister, whoever tries this liquor, is from our region. In the Harz Mountains, we do not only have fairy tales, which was written down by the Grimm brothers, but we also have the Clausewitz University, which is a leading university in metalworking and mining, very old. Actually, in the Harz Mountains, we had mining for over 1,000 years. Eldest mines were there active. The last one closed, unfortunately, in the 1970s, by that interrupting this transition. The first theater, and, well, I know you prefer cricket or rugby. We prefer football, and we are really proud to say that the German football was first played in our region. And out of this, also industry-wise, a lot of things have been developed, which are still important today, for us today, and also important for economies worldwide. Of course, we have Volkswagen. Volkswagen is a major factor for us. They have 5 or 6 factories in our region, including not only the production, but also the R&D, research and development for the whole Volkswagen company, including brands like Audi, Porsche, Bugatti, Seat, Skoda, and all the others. Mr. Büssing, shortly after Mr. Benz, had the idea to use the combustion engine not only to transport people, but also to transport goods, and by that invented the truck. Büssing, the company Büssing, was later acquired by MAN, and therefore MAN had this lion, which you already know, the old symbol, as their company logo. The same for Continental, world's largest car supplier, headquartered in Hanover, which has the horse as their symbol. Now, since a few years, they had a more modernized version, but it's still the Lower Saxony horse, which is used. So you see the tradition, the culture, etc. is somehow part of our life, and it's reflected also in the industries that are important. Today, the economy in our region is described as mentioned by mobility, but not only car, but also in railway areas, logistics in general, automobile logistics, rail logistics, air cargo, aerospace. Airbus has a factory, a big factory in Niedersachsen, producing components and planes. Mobility, I would say, in general, especially with the new challenges in electromobility, is really important. We are now facing a situation that Volkswagen announced major investments in electromobility, doing joint ventures with China, but also besides the joint ventures with JAC in China, doing Volkswagen-only investments of 15-16 billion euros in the next years. Energy, renewable energies is an important industry sector for us, especially wind energy. The reason is that we have at the coastline of Niedersachsen steady, strong winds coming from the North Atlantic, and so by that we have a big industry cluster in that area, including offshore wind parks, which are meanwhile a backbone for the energy supply in Germany. There are still improvements necessary. We talked about this before. The energy grid itself is not developed right now to bring all the electricity from the coast to the center of Germany where it's needed. Food industry, important part, all areas, animal, agriculture, but not only farming or breeding, but also food production, food processing, etc., from the cow to the packed sausage that you can buy in the supermarket. Everything is done. Life science, healthcare, Hanover Medical School, Veterinarian School, Hanover Veterinarian School in the city of Göttingen, the university, companies like Sartorius, so also a lot of medical technology. Healthcare in general also, as we have a lot of health insurance companies, which are, in those times, they have the money, they make the definition of what is needed, and by that force the industry to react with further development. Trade fairs in Hanover, we will have later an own chapter within this presentation, which is a joint presentation, so from time to time I will leave and we shall will stand here. We will explain into detail how you can use the trade fairs in Germany with our support. Some more companies in our region, I've mentioned some of them: Volkswagen, Continental, TUI, world's largest travel company, Deutsche Telekom with a big subsidiary, Siemens, Continental I've mentioned, Wasser, battery production, also Johnson Controls, with a big battery production, also making additional, with facing now electromobility, making additional investments, but also hidden champions like Kind Hörgeräte, hearing aids for deaf people, worldwide leading, or Sennheiser, where is Sennheiser here, microphones and headphones, also a Hanover-based company. I had mentioned financial sector, Phalanx, insurance company, where are the others? E.ON is energy, finance, IT, Nord-LB, banks, insurance companies, here, VH, etc. So it's a good mix, which is actually a strength for us. It's a good mix of industry, service, and as Hanover is also located as a logistic hub with a good accessibility from the regions around Hanover, it's also a commercial center as a lot of private consumers come to Hanover to make their shopping. Yeah, we are traditionally the logistic hub in Northern Europe. The major routes from the Scandinavian going down to the south to the Mediterranean, southern Germany, and then here the Mediterranean, and the trade connections, the traffic connections from Western Europe, Netherlands, Belgium, France, to Eastern Europe, Poland, up to Russia. The crossroads of them are in Hanover, including, of course, the Autobahn, including also the railway. We have the largest number of high-speed railway connections in Central Europe and Hanover, and also included, not that good projected here, we have support in Hamburg, in Emden, in Bremen, in Bremerhaven, in Wilhelmshaven, in Rotterdam and Antwerpen. So all the major ports in Europe, we are in the so-called hinterland with direct connections to the port. That, well, as we say, if Volkswagen can make worldwide supply out of our region, then others could also do. So there is a strong, a very big strength in logistics. And this position was also the reason why, after the Second World War, the British military government decided to install a new trade fair that was firstly designed to help the German industry, which was after the Second World War totally destroyed, to be rebuilt, and more important, as you can imagine, after the war, all the ties, all the connections between companies to Germany, outside Germany, were of course lost. So to offer German industry the opportunity to rebuild these links to partners from outside Germany. Out of that came then the Hanover Fair, largest industry fair today, with the Deutsche Messe. That's the name of the organization organizing these trade fairs, and we are proud to have in Hanover the largest trade fair facilities worldwide and also the largest trade fairs worldwide, including the Hanover Messe, but also, for example, the Agritechnica for agritechnics, CeBIT, IT, digitalization trade fair, International Automobile Exhibition for commercial vehicles, those for private vehicles in Frankfurt, but for commercial vehicles in Hanover. But then also additional mid-sized trade fairs, or even bigger, like the EMO for tool machines, Euroblech, metalworking, etc., Biotechnica for biotechnology, and many more. It's around 60 to 70 trade fairs every year we have And also many of those trade fairs are then organized abroad by the same company, Deutsche Messe, including all the trade fairs in India. We are an academic center, not only Hanover, but in the whole region I have described. I do not want to go into detail, I have already mentioned some. This is not only the universities, but even more important that we have national research centers for biology, biotechnology. The German Association for Aerospace has a major research center close to Hanover. The National Research Center for Agriculture is close to Hanover. And what's also important, one is noticing. into my mind later. Okay. Connected to aerospace is not only the Aerospace Association, but also the Federal Agency for air traffic. So all the planes that that needs to get permission to be used in Germany has to be flown to Braunschweig for inspection, including also components that are new and that are being used in aerospace application. And around that we have one of two so-called R&D airports in Europe. The other is in France. The second is in Braunschweig, and around that also a lot of aerospace companies, a big cluster. Our job as Hanover Impulse is to develop the economy in our region. We have within our organization experts that are taking care about industry sectors, and other colleagues are taking care about startup companies. And the role of my team is to connect these activities internationally. And here we have India with the GIBC as one of our focus activities. What does it mean connecting India and Germany? That's what we are covering now. And in order to understand our role, I would like to summarize here, and whatever happens in our region, my role would be to help being that this is being connected to India, and by that offering business opportunities. So far, so good. Unfortunately, the growth is large, so it's not enough to have somebody in Hanover sitting. We need somebody, more than one person in India to take care about it, and this is within the GIBC, the Crescendo Worldwide, and so it's only to introduce to you Crescendo.
Thank you, Peter. Speaking of Crescendo Worldwide, we are a group of organizations. Crescendo Worldwide Private Limited being Asian headquarters, Crescendo Worldwide GmbH being our European headquarters, German Indian Business Center, and WTI, that is World Trade Invest. German Indian Business Center is a joint project of State of Niedersachsen, which is also known as Lower Saxony, City of Hanover, and Hanover Impulse, which is an economic development organization and investment promotion agency from Hanover, Niedersachsen. The aim of GIBC is to support Indian companies expand their business in Germany and rest of Europe. As I said, GIBC is founded by State of Niedersachsen in the year of 2007, and Crescendo Worldwide is an official representative of GIBC in India. The main parts that the main relationships that the GIBC is providing to Indian companies is in the domains of economic, industrial, and academic sectors, which facilitates collaborations and tie-ups between Indian and foreign companies, branching in and out, setting up business, as well as extended sales in Hanover region, as well as rest of Europe. Crescendo Worldwide is official representative of GRDC in India, and we have a global presence in more than 20 countries worldwide, with our headquarters in India and Germany. We also have our official partners in rest of the country. This is our organization chart, with Mr. Vishal Jadhav being our president. We have a team of more than 50 people in Pune's office in India. Our team is made up of qualified engineers as well as research people and some specialists in various sectors of industry. We also have a team of 7 people sitting in Germany's office. Today we have with us Mr. Peter Einschmidt from Hanover Impulse. Under Crescendo Worldwide, we have 2 major divisions, which are Trade and FDI. Under Trade, we are supporting Indian companies expand their business in Germany through certain ventures and collaborations with the foreign companies. FDI, which is the foreign direct investment. Under FDI, we are supporting Indian companies grow their business and set up their entities in other countries worldwide. These are the major sectors in which we are working on, some of which are automotive, agriculture, bio and pharma, IT and ICT. Under FDI, we are working with more than 20 countries worldwide. Their cities, states, Ministry of Economy, as well as their economic development organizations. A few countries which we are working with are Germany, UK, UAE, Turkey, Canada, USA, as well as Malaysia, to name a few. Recently, we also signed a cooperation between Maharashtra and Lower Saxony government to support Indian companies in Germany and German companies in India. This was signed in the presence of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, CM Maharashtra, Mr. Subhash Desai, Industrial Minister Maharashtra, and Mr. Stephen Weil, President Lower Saxony. We also signed another cooperation between Thalungian government and Maharashtrian government. This agreement was signed to support the manufacturing companies for business development in Europe. It was signed in the presence of Mr. Subhash Desai, Minister of Industry and Mining, and Mr. George Mars, State Secretary, Thalungia. Speaking of trade relations, I would like to invite Mr. Vishal Jadhav, President, Crescendo Worldwide, to speak a few lines about trade.
Thank you, Nupur. Good evening, everybody. So, the trade statistics will give you more insights of what exactly is happening in your industry. That's the reason I know that most of you are already working with Germany, but then this is just to revise once again. What India is importing from Germany is machinery. We were largely discussing inside that Germany is known for precision, accuracy, research and development, and that's where machinery comes in the picture. We also import a lot of special metals, aviation related parts as well as aircraft, some special chemicals, electronics, plastics, medical and pharma equipment. What India exports to Germany is we are known for textile and leather, so that is followed by the chemicals, electronics, agriculture and automotive parts, pharma and machine parts. When we speak about the trade division which we have under Crescendo, these are the main services which we provide under trade. So we support for venture collaboration alliances, supporting Indian companies for international business development. Companies who have their own product, we support them to have distribution network. And then India is a low-cost country, so we support a lot of European and US companies to outsource products and services from India. Sometimes we call it as supplier development. May I know how many of you are from manufacturing and engineering industry? Kindly raise your hand. So almost 80%. And anybody from electronic or electrical manufacturing industry? Okay. Food processing? Okay, so 3. Pharma? Okay, good. So to whom we are serving to majority of automotive companies of the world, especially Germany, like Mercedes-Benz, Skoda, BMW, Toyota, Tata Motors and Mahindra, also Indian automotive companies we are supporting with a lot of activities. Activities could be new technology development, outsourcing from India, or setting up the assembly line and expanding. We are also supporting to majority of tier 1 suppliers, automotive suppliers of the world. Trucks, buses and off-road vehicles we are supporting largely. We will also have some case studies to show. World is moving towards electrical vehicles, that is what everybody is saying, and that's the reason we have a 6-people team dedicatedly working on electrical vehicle development. We are talking to all the major companies of the world, and then it is for technology transfer, it is for jointly setting up assembly lines in India, or even to India's largest commercial vehicle and truck manufacturing companies to jointly have this implemented in India. So Italian companies, German companies, some Japanese as well as Chinese companies. Aerospace, of course, only big names on the screen, but